Hey, welcome back. Oscar Robertson, a basketball legend, said that Stephen Curry was killing it in 2016 because people were not defending him well, which means that Oscar Robertson believes that Steph Curry will not be as good as he is today if he played 60 years ago. And at some point, Maradona said that Messi is not as good as him in his prime. I hear this statement a lot, not just in sports. You know what I'm talking about. Back in my day, life was easier, but simultaneously harder at the same time. On the other hand though, there are people today who believe that Michael Jordan will not be as good as he was in today's NBA, or that Pele was playing against amateurs compared to the football we see today, which I think is bullshit. What makes someone a genius? Do I have to fill a blackboard with numbers and equations that can move the human race to a different dimension to be considered one? Well, yes and no. In order to understand this, let's go back to the origin of the word. The word genius originated from the Latin word geniere, which means an attendant spirit present from one's birth, an innate ability, or an inclination. Basically a characteristic that is unique to this one person, or a spirit that is present with this person since birth that gives them a special ability. In other words, talent. A talent that is so unique and exceptional that it can make this person excel in a field or do things that no one else can do or even imagine. All of the people that I just mentioned have this talent, and talent is one of those things that can transcend space and time and everything in between them. Anything can be genius if you apply this meaning to it. The homeless man that does amazing tricks to get some change out of you, or that kid that never loses in Fortnite, or that goofy friend that you never took seriously. In the 1990s, James Altucher started a web design company called Reset Inc. and sold it for $10 million. Fast forward in time, this same man lost everything he has in a series of bad investments, and with only $143 left in his bank account, he was thinking about suicide. But instead, he started blogging about his story, and he sold 20 books. And right now, he's a mega blogger, a podcaster, and an author with investments that are worth millions of dollars. This is genius. This is Nganga Zumbi, a prince of the Congo in the early 1600s. He was abducted and enslaved by the Portuguese and was taken to Brazil, stripped of all of his rights and his privileges. A few years later, the same man escaped slavery, started a rebellion, and became the damn king of the first ever and probably the last ever slave kingdom in Palermo, Brazil. This is genius. And yes, I know there are people who are born geniuses, but that's just a small percentage of the population. The rest are people who took the little talent that they have and worked on it so hard, they pushed it over the limits and it became genius. And according to Josh Kaufman, the author of The Personal MBA, it takes a total of about 20 hours to learn a new skill. So yes, your talent can become genius. Michael Jordan will always be a legend in any era of the NBA. Messi will always be the best player ever. And Pele will always be a legend even in 2020. James Altucher will always be rich. And Nganga Zumba will always be a king no matter where you take him, even if he was a slave. So find your genius, because if there's any chance that there are aliens or somebody is watching us out there, we want to put on an award-winning show. So join in on the talent show. Thank you for watching.